From being the only child of his father to becoming a politically inclined adult with the touch of a chef with a difference, we present a young, promising, and soon-to-be multi-million-dollar educator, a fashion genius and a lover of good food, pious King Amiable Babatunde Oshinola.
Why did you choose academic sector?
I've had this fashion even as being a kid, and then we asked, where do you want to become in the future? I was the only kid in my own generation that can say that I want to become a teacher. Teachers are born, not made. I am a born teacher, and I'm not going to teach because of the salary that I'm going to expect. Never.
I see the driving force.
I spend more than my salary in a term, in a month in the school. I before the living God and man, even my proprietress, my former proprietress knows about that. A woman opposite my school, or rather beside my school, and our assembly ground is facing that woman's window. Whenever I'm on the assembly, she would open her window. Sometimes she would record me, like she's wild.
Wow.
I'm telling you the very end. She had to come to my proprietress one day to give me appraisals. There is no child that I teach that will not stand out from the rest. I know that definitely. The parents of the pupils I've taught can attest to that. When I'm in the school, everything about me is focused on that school.
No divided attention.
You will not see me pick call. I dedicate everything. I dedicate my life, my sweat, my blood to the growth of this school. I stay true to my game. There is no parent that would tell me that, Mr. Pius, you have not imparted in my child's life. Even the one that is not in my class. When I was resigning, she was like, who is going to be doing what Pius used to do here? No, I can't. When I was resigning, she returned my letter back to me. She said, no, she can't let me. In a space of...
So have you resigned now?
3 years, I've written resignation letter more than 20 times.
Yeah, you're welcome again. You're welcome to another episode of Before the Fame. And today I have my guest here. Of course, you can see him already. My guest is here, Pepper by name. We get to know the full meaning of the problem now. See how he's smiling. You're welcome, Mr. Pius. I'm happy having you on the show today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
You look so amazing.
Thank you very much.
Fresh boy. Thank you. You look great too. All right. So I've been longing to have this with you, and then amazingly it's happening today. I can't wait to hear your story.
Let's wait to share as well.
All right. So you're welcome to Before the Fame. This is a show that is specially designed for someone that will say that have some traits of greatness in them, and they will know just in just a little distant time, they will hit the jackpot. And so we know the future is very beautiful for you. And so we want to know your story. We want to capture your experience while you're still young now. Before the fame, before the award, before the Guinness Book of Record, all those things. So are you going to give us some of those details?
Yes, I am.
All right, so let's start from a very, very simple, very, very flexible part. I would like you to just give us a little understanding about your background, your experience in the past, how this big Pius started from little to become this big thing. So just share your story with us, the good side, the painful side, the tough side, your academics, and anything that you feel comfortable with. Let's share your story, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm glad to be here. On the, I think, maiden edition of Before the Fame, I'm glad to be here. So, I am Pius Babatunde Emmanuel Oshinowo, the second. Yeah. So, like you earlier said, Pebble. Yeah, I just created that what I call Monica for myself from the initials of my names and surname. P for Pius King, E for Emmanuel, B for Babatunde, and O for Shino here. And I'm proud of Shino at that. Okay, I'm into the academics at the elementary level, that is primary school. I've I I'm so passionate about my job, so that's my job description. I okay. Let me take you to the family part. I'm the third child of my mom, but the first and only of my dad. Yeah, I'm my birthday. Yeah, 21st November. Let's keep the year out of it. You can guess, anyways. That's very close. My your birthday is close. Yes, my birthday is close. I think almost. I mean, almost 2 months now. Okay, less than 2 months actually.
Okay.
And I always look forward to that.
Let me ask a question regarding the little details you've given to us
Yes,
about your background. You said you're the only son
child of my
of your
father.
father. So I know a couple of persons that have that kind of background too. At least I know a very close friend that we went to high institution together. And then one of the major desire of this guy is that by the time I start making babies, I'm not going to start on number 4. I'm not going to stop on number 4. I'm not going to stop on number 5. I'm not going to stop on number 7. Do you also have the same mind?
Well, I think we are like minds. Well, we tend to be only child. I mean, well, I love to have a lot of children. Like I would love to have a lot of them. Let's give us an idea. Maybe a dozen and more. That's the reason why I'm even an educator today.
Okay.
And I'm doing my best possible. Even before I resigned from my last job, I had, I think, one or two. I mean, not just. I think there are 2 kids that, through the grace of God, I've been able to help in terms of partially sponsoring their education. And I mean, there is one of them that I see to his feeding when he's in the school, and I also have an adopted daughter who is biologically my niece.
Wow.
So I love children that much.
Oh, could we say that is coming out from your desire to have some younger siblings?
Well, earlier on, I thought I was going to have younger siblings, but it didn't happen. But aside that, I love to have a lot of young people around me. That's why if you check my circle, although very tiny, my circle is very tiny. It is filled with people that are older than, and like most of them are just kids. I just love to see hello to and have them around. It's lovely to have younger ones around.
Oh, that's cool. But is there any experience that it really pains you when you remember it that you do not have younger brothers or sisters? Has it occurred to you at any time?
No.
Okay, what about your used clothes? How do you get about them? Your shoes, and then you're outgrowing them and there's nobody to pass it down to.
Okay, the thing is this, although I do not have an immediate younger one,
Okay.
I have cousins that substitute for that. So I have cousins that I'm a year older than, 3 years, and so, and we are close knit. Some of my close cousins are and I are close knit. So it didn't make me feel the absence of younger ones like that. Not for the sake of sending them errands or something, but having people that I can look onto that, oh yes, my younger one, and I care so much about him, like putting me in the position of Egbon. You get. So I didn't feel much about that. Personally, one thing I never do, it's just part and parcel of me. I don't ever regret anything, no matter. No, I don't like it. Part of me, I don't regret anything.
Okay. All right. So let's just go into the deal now. That's a nice summary of your background. So I might have some questions that will help you, talk more about those background. Like one of the questions I would like to ask now is, have you ever enjoyed any act of kindness when you were young, and it's just very difficult for you to forget?
Numerous. There are numerous.
Okay.
Um,
Walk me through it.
I I can't. I can't recall a particular one, but okay.
Or any experience that you were very young when you had those experience and it's just very difficult for you to forget. It just sticks with you. Anyone? I remember my own. A masquerade carried me in front of our house. I cannot forget. I was still like maybe 5.
I've had that experience, because in my mom's family, like my mom is from Edo State, so their family is revered where they were staying before, because of my grandfather used to be what do they call them, chief, almost like a ballet equivalent, but yeah, in Lagos, yeah. So whenever they go about to doing that masquerade something during Christmas period, they would always come to pay homage in my mom's family house, and my uncle happened to be one of them, my mom's younger brother. So there was a time they were parading with the masquerade stuff, and I was scared to wait with, of masquerade. But my mom brought me out that day. Oh my goodness! And I could say my life flashed right before my eyes, and I think that helped me eliminate the fear of masquerade. But when I see one with cane till today, I'm going to have goosebumps, because I know that that is not even something I want on my body at all.
Oh, okay. That's a nice experience so far. All right. So thank you for walking us through your story. And you've been in Lagos all this while, right?
Yes, born and brought up in Lagos. Although I studied in Ogun State, like I had my secondary education in Ogun State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why that? That's a long distance.
Well, that decision was informed by two things. First of all, my aunt had a school. My late aunt, because she's late now, she had a school in Ogun State, and that school was one that was worth it in every sense of it. And it was a Montessori school as well. So, okay, let me say, I had my basic 6 there, that is the last class of the primary education, up to my early secondary school days. So I was there, and unfortunately I had to switch because she passed away, and the school got closed down later on. So I just had to stay in Ogun State all through till I finished my secondary education. So that was a major thing, because my mom wanted us to have a different approach to education, like in a Montessori school. My aunt being someone that is well grounded and well rounded in education, and also she wanted us to have a different life outside of what we have known living in Lagos all our lives. So we had to move to Ogun State.
Okay, so thank you so much for that. So
Thank
in
you.
the line of your career and then your attitude in terms of your appearance,
Yes.
so can you give us what informed, because you like to dress well, you like to appear nice, right? Can you give us what leads to your self-perception of you appearing this way, especially considering your profession?
Oh, thank you. I love that question. Why I love that question is because I think I want to talk about it for a while. This is something that not many people know it, and some people may not agree to it. Like, dressing well is a booster, more like an immune booster. Like, it's a confidence booster. Like, there are places you can't just walk into anyhow because of how you are looking. Your appearance is not palatable, but you are dressing in a way that is appealing to yourself and to others. It gives you a moral boost, confidence boost in all levels. And also, in aspect of dressing, I can say my mom is my role model. Yeah. I can say my mom is my role model, sure, 100%, because my mom loves to dress. She loves to wear makeup. I mean, she just loves to dress and look good. She dresses to kill.
To kill.
Yes.
All right, so let me ask a question in that line.
I'm sorry, just to add as well, dressing as well has helped me to get to the heart of my pupils as an educator. I served as a role model in terms of my dressing, whereas I didn't even know, but it was later I got to know that I was passing something across to them, and the parents were the ones giving me feedback, and the students started to emulate me. Although I do not braid my hair, plait my hair during school days, I don't, or I cover my hair, but my dressing alone, like, the children are inspired. They will tell their parent that, oh, mommy, I like the way Mr. Pius dresses. I want to dress like Mr. Pius. I want to look nice like Mr. Pius. I want to be neat like Mr. Pius, because for me, neatness is very paramount. So they took that up, and I'm very impressed as well. So I decided to keep that up even more.
Awesome. It's all over you. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So if I may ask, you mentioned something about appearance and confident booster, if I can relate. So if one way or the other you are not properly dressed, does it affect your self-esteem in any way?
I would say that it's actually the reverse. When I'm not in a good mood, you will notice it in my dressing.
Why?
Yes.
Okay.
You will notice it.
Pay attention to the.
I will intentionally be unintentional about dressing. I don't know if you got what I just said. I will be intentionally unintentional about my appearance.
Wow.
There was a day I came to the church. Pastor Mrs. had to call me, our lead pastor. She had to call me and tell me that, this your dressing today, is everything alright? Because I know that if you are going to come to church, you cannot wear this one on a regular day. I just smiled. She said, I know you want to say something, don't worry. I know that you are not in a good mood right now. So that is how much you can know, know me through my dressing and my countenance. So my countenance can affect my dressing, and that means that period I'm not really confident, I'm not in my best state of mind and everything like that. Just that my countenance and everything goes with my dressing. So that's why I mentioned dressing is a booster on its own. And there are some times as well that you may just be lazy and your countenance is not so bright, but you are putting on real good clothes, and the compliments you are getting from people will just start to brighten your day all of a sudden. Like, guy, you are looking so nice. This your shoe, this your shirt. You just be smiling, and it's just like this. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. A smile a day or a smile at a time keeps the worries away. Yeah.
All right, in that line, I would like to ask another question. I love questions a lot. Do you understand? Now, in terms of appearance, self-esteem, how you feel, and all of that. Now, I know you are politically inclined. And anyone that is politically inclined in this Nigeria will be expecting different blows from people that will literally ruin your day almost every day or thereabouts. So, how do you manage coming out there in your best with different arrows of condemnation and all of those things? How do you plan to balance it?
One thing that stood out to me the most was one day someone told me to my face, you are a fool. Because our ideologies did not align. And it felt like, no, it must be his way, and his ideology is the most upright one. Political ideology for that matter. And if you know me, I don't like using words, foul words like that. And when the person told me you are a fool, I was just struck at that moment. I was like, I sound now. Like what? But for you to be able to come out to defend a particular cause, you must have full understanding of it. You must, that's why I have this resentment, but it's not hatred or anything. I have this resentment against arguing with people that are uninformed. Let me just call them illiterates as it is. I detest it personally. That's why when I see two people even that they are not informed and they are arguing, like it irritates me, because you are just going round and round on a particular spot without arriving at anything. So I believe what I do is that I am armed with the knowledge of what I want to defend. I don't just go there and defend nonsense. I know at that point, even I discovered that I begin to learn from what I'm even saying. Sometimes I'm not fully prepared, although I have the prerequisite knowledge to go into that conversation argument. But the more I speak, I now begin to gain even more ideas of what to say next, and I feel so enriched that period. And it's rare for me not to come out on top or be the one leading in such an argument, because it's an or a debate, so to say. So I mean, I don't just go there uninformed, no matter what. Even as an educator, I always have my prerequisite knowledge. I do not go there having absolutely knowledge about what I'm going to do.
So as we wrap up this aspect of dressing and appearance, I just want to know, in the next future, are you going to be more of corporate English wear or more of traditional, traditional wears?
Well, I'd say diversified,
Okay.
because I love like diversified dressing. Like I love wearing. Yes, I love corporates and I love native wears. I mean I love it. That's why you see when I decide to go corporates, it's 100% corporates. When I decide to go native, I go 100% native, and you would know. I mean, when you see it, you know that I'm going all out. So I want to try to explore, because I'm someone of two different. Will I call it? Okay, my mom is from Edo State, my dad is from Ogun State, so I want to explore that part of Edo dressing as well. Although I have in the past for cultural activities in school and all of that, but I want to explore that and explore a lot of as well. But I think I'm well rounded in that aspect, and I'm going to do more better, because sometimes when I have to go casual, some people will see me and they'll be like, but I thought you are a teacher now. I thought you are a pastor now. I'm like, hello, I'm not a well, so that's just it. I would like to be diversified.
All right. So that returns me back to the previous question I asked. I think I would like you to clear that very well for us. Like for instance, you mentioned that your bad days can be seen in the way you dress. Your bad days can be seen in the way you dress.
Yes.
So I want to know, should in case you get married, when the moment you're married, you can't really predict how your day will be anymore. You can be influenced by many things. Should in case you go into politics where there are a lot of attacks on you, how will you ensure that you keep coming out? Of course, there will be responsibility on you to ensure that you come out good every time. How will you sustain and not allow your emotion to affect you just as it's affecting you now?
Okay, to answer that, I'm going to make reference to this in my place of work as an educator. Sometimes you don't know what to expect.
Okay.
Because I was an academic leader, and you can imagine every child's academic, they come to you, my child is not doing well. My child is not eating well in class. My child did not do, because yes, you are standing in local parentis, meaning you are standing as parents for them while they are in your custody in the school. So it could be your student that would alter your mood. It could be meeting from the previous day at work that would alter your mood going to work the following day. And we are humans as well. We have personal stuff that may get to us. but going to work every day, I'm ensuring that I'm keeping up. It got good to an extent that last year during the end of the session party, a parent had to go and meet the proprietress to tell her that I want to give Mr. Pius something, and she asked my proprietress to give me good amount of money in an envelope. That my dressing, my mode of conduct with people is inspiring. She loves it, and so I was like, wow. So my dressing can go a long way like that. So it's actually rare for me to not look good because of my countenance, but if my countenance takes the best of me, that's when I can dress shabbily. But I hope to work on that definitely, and I believe even so far that I know myself, I'm getting better in that aspect over time. So I'll do just better. And politics, like you mentioned, whether I like it or not, the bashing I'm receiving now is minute compared to what I'm going to be facing there. And that I have to be confident against all odds. So my dressing would also do the speaking while I do the verbal speaking as well.
Awesome. So let me just go through this next phase. Maybe you might not see this coming.
Okay.
Have you discovered your purpose? Or are you still working on it?
There are two parts to that.
All right.
One part is discovered, and I know that, and the other part, I'm on the quest to find clarification on that. And the first part is the line of education. I am very passionate about education, and I know someday, sometime, I don't know when, but I'm hopeful, and I've set a time frame for myself. I'm going to be a school owner, school proprietor, because I'm so passionate about education, not just profits oriented school. They'll be the one for the less privileged. I know that surely I have that in the blueprint of my life. I know that definitely. And also, there are a lot of things that I want to be, and I'm just trying to find clarification in that aspect. I'm a food enthusiast.
We know. What's the name of the brand?
It is Mijimaya.
Okay, can you spell it for us?
Mijimaya. Mijimaya.
Okay. So, where you from that?
Oh, good. I'm glad you asked that. Now, this Mijimaya is a coinage of the initials of women that are behind me. Women that are behind me. I have the grace of God on my life for these women behind me. They are my women.
No, so I was asking for acts of kindness that you enjoyed in the past. Okay, thank you. You're talking about it now.
So that Mijimaya runs through initials of my mom's name down to my aunts and sisters' name. Okay, the first M, my mom's name, Amiable. The I as surname. The I as surname Imokwede. The J is my English older sister's name, Joan, as surname Ibawo. The next N is my beloved aunt's name, Modupe, as surname Ayondemi. Then the YA at the end stands for two very dear people to my heart, two women, Yemi Adesanwu, my beloved aunt as well, and Yewande Ajayi, my beloved adopted older sister.
I see. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. However, what if you go to CSC to register the name and it's not accepted? What will you do?
I think I can just rearrange. Yes, I mean, because I have to stand on that. Those are women. Those are my pillars. I wouldn't lie to you. most of them are the factors of where I am and what I am today. And I'm not going to lie about that. They are my strong women.
All right, thank you for walking us through your purpose. You said is in two dimensions. One has to do with education, and the other one you love making food and all of that. I'm correct. All right. So, but I would like to confirm what informed the academics. There must be something. Have you seen any? While growing up, maybe you've seen something that you were not happy about that made you to have so much passion for education. Is there anything? What informed it? Or why did you choose academic in your sector?
This thing is I've had this passion even as a kid. Being a kid, and then we asked, "Where do you want to become in the future?" I was the only kid in my own generation that can say that I want to become a teacher, and it was always weird. Even in as much as I wasn't sure, but I just knew I wanted to become a teacher. When we get home, I'm like, everybody come together, let us do assembly. A for apple. And I was going to be doing that then. I would always ensure that I assist younger ones where I see they are lagging behind in any area. Not just younger ones, even older ones. Sometimes I will learn a new word from school, and then when I was younger, I stayed in my mom's family house. I learned a new word from school, and then when we close from school, I'll just be running home. When I get home, I have to tell everyone the new word I've learned and make sure they learn it as well and put it to use.
That's amazing.
Out
of it naturally.
Naturally, wow. Something funny happened one time. I was in my classroom, but I was overhearing what was going on in the next classroom. The teacher was teaching, and he mentioned defecates. I don't know what he was teaching them, but I don't know if I heard it correctly or he said it wrongly. But what I just thought he said was that defecate means to fart.
Okay.
So I went home and I was telling everybody, "Oh, I want to defecate. I would then make sound." And I was making everyone take that word up to add it to their vocabulary. Until someone that was more informed than me, my uncle actually came around and was like, "What do you mean defecate means fat?" It means to poo. I was like, and that day I felt really disappointed because I believed I was the most informed kid at my age then. So it led me to have even greater quest for knowledge, and I've always tried to acquire knowledge as much as I can. I would always say I pride myself as someone that knows a little of everything. If we begin to talk about science, I know a little about it. If we begin to talk about different things, it got to a point that I was having discussion with someone, and a random person just came around to ask me that, "Did I study zoology?" I said, "No, I did not, but I just know a little about it." That is just one thing about me. And also, I have a mission personally. I have my mission written down to be an educator, like what I want to address being an educator, and it's to correct some of the errors I noticed since I was a child. I noticed, in as much as I was a child, I noticed errors. You may find this funny. I only discovered how to pronounce abacus correctly just, let me say, 4 years ago or 5 years ago. No, 4 years ago, and it was my fellow educator that came to correct me. Why did that happen? Because an educator taught me, a teacher taught me when I was in basic 2 or basic 3, that abacus, and I carried abacus till I became an educator.
Wow. So that's how far this knowledge can go.
Exactly. So I felt bad that day when I discovered, but prior to that time is when I have been noticing errors, and I thought that I will make it my life's mission to correct those types of errors.
Do you have a
I
platform where you do that currently?
no, no, with my educators, with my learners rather.
Okay.
So I do that. I share my best Facebook. There is no child that I teach that will not stand out from the rest. I know that definitely. The parents of the pupils I've taught can attest to that. So I've made it my life's mission to do that, and I'm going to do that even on a larger scale. I am going to do that definitely. So those are one of the things that informed my decision to be an educator.
See, this I would like to ask in that same line. It appears as though you're having a kind of speedy growth in your career, especially
Yes.
where you find yourself. So I want to ask these two questions. Number one, what are the things that you think are the factors that influence your speedy? Because actually there are a lot of educators there too in your field.
Yes.
What are the things influencing you, thriving in that career? Do you have some habit to keep? Of course, I know the grace of God will be there, but I want you to tell us some practical things. And aside from that, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in this line?
Thank you for that very important question. Like you mentioned, number one is the grace of God. The grace of God that has been carrying me massively. Number two, I want to make reference to this quote. Teachers are born, not made. Teachers are born, not made.
Oh, okay.
By who? Myself, I am a born teacher.
Wow. Okay.
And I can pride myself. You can throw me into the classroom any day, anytime, and I will teach effectively, most especially in the elementary aspect, primary school. I will teach effectively, beautifully. Even in areas that are not my expertise, just give me a concrete lesson notes. Let me digest that overnight and throw me into the classroom. I will not disappoint. I am a born teacher, and I am not going to teach because of the salary that I'm going to expect. Never.
That's the driving force.
I spend more than my salary in a term, in a month in the school. I before the living God and man, even my proprietress, my former proprietress knows about that. When I was resigning, she was like, who's going to be doing what Pius used to do here? No, I can. When I was resigning, she returned my letter back to me. She said, no, she can't let me go.
So have you resigned now?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so into what line of business?
Well, I'm still going to get into that, but I still want to address the question you asked. So back to the question, quote I made reference to. Stay true to your game. If you want to become an educator that wants to impact in children's life, impact in their lives, when I'm in the school, everything about me is focused on that school.
No divided attention.
You will not see me pick call. I can be with my phone, but I am not picking call. What I am doing is using my phone as a resource material. To an extent that when I lost my phone, I said I'm not going to get a small phone anymore. I had to get a big tablet so that I can be showing my pupils what I'm teaching. They must be immersed in the knowledge that I'm passing across to them. So I go to YouTube. My lesson note is online, by the way, so I have already attached link to my lesson note. Once we get to that aspect, once I've written on the board and I'm going to click on this thing, I want you people to get a full grasp of this thing. If it is practical work, baking and all of that, which I have great expertise in, we are going to do that in the class. If it is to bake, if it is to cook, if it is to go sporting, we are going to do that. So all of that and more made the educator know that this is someone that has art for this place.
You own it. You took ownership.
Exactly. I did it like it is my business.
Wow, that's great.
And when I'm on the assembly, it got good to an extent that on the assembly, I would always be there 247, Monday to Friday, whereas we have roster for people to be there. There is a woman opposite my school, or rather beside my school, and our assembly ground is facing that woman's window. Whenever I'm on the assembly, she would open her window Sometimes she would record me, like she's wild.
Wow.
I'm telling you the very end. She had to come to my proprietor's one day to give me appraisals.
Wow. That's great.
It is as good as that. It's as good as that. So I stayed true to my game. There is no parent that would tell me that, Mr. Pius, you have not impacted in my child's life. Even the one that is not in my class, up to the extent that I became the PA to the proprietress and academic supervisor of the school. Yes, it's, I mean, I dedicate everything. That's why when I get pissed off with the school management, I'll tell them that you don't know what I'm doing. I dedicate my life, my sweat, my blood to the growth of this school. So that's just the thing that is helping me with the accelerated growth.
Have you ever been discouraged anytime by maybe your co-workers and all of those things?
I have even
By
been,
saying you were doing too much.
I have even been discouraged by the school, the teaching profession itself.
How you manage it?
I mean, sometimes I have wonderful and difficult colleagues. The wonderful ones are the ones that would call me and we are going to talk things up. And I'm a very good writer, so any minute, if I'm getting uncomfortable, my resignation letter will be ready in 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm a very good writer. I write novels that I have, that although I have one that I've been writing since last year, I just abandoned it. I write poems, I write different things. So resignation letter is the list. I will write my resignation letter sharp with accurate, articulate in grammar. It's ready at any time. I have been frustrated so many times. So I've written resignation letters more than in fact I can't remember. In a space of 3 years, I've written resignation letter more than 20 times.
And you're still there. You're
Yes.
still in that same. Like you weren't jumping from one school to another.
You know,
That's cool.
I resigned at some point. I was what is that word? I was convinced. I was coerced to resume again. Yes, in the same year, after a space of about six months. Yes,
Still resume back.
yes. And you know what? I get my job offers on a silver platter. So when I left there, the following Monday I got into another job. Yet I left that one after 1 month because I was still attached to the school. I would go there almost every day and do what I can for the school while I without salary.
School naturally.
Yes. Or I just love the teaching. Like I love my profession as a teacher.
Did you have a role model in this area, or what are the things you've learned? Maybe the school you've gone to that inspire you. Like, do you have a role model? I just want to know.
I don't have a role model as an educator. To be honest, I didn't actually find okay.
But the pattern you actually like, you mentioned about your lesson note that you have links. Our own school, they don't teach us like that. Where do you get all those patterns from? Okay, you learn online from all those Western.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
There are a lot of courses that I paid for online that I use. I didn't go to teachers college or anything like that.
Do you plan
On my
doing that?
own. Pardon?
Do you plan doing that?
Yeah, later on I plan to do that. I
Okay.
plan to get a degree in education as well later on.
Okay.
You know, I have thirst for knowledge. In any area I am, I like to upgrade myself, and I did that beautifully in elocution, lesson note planning and everything like that. There is a platform I belong to even currently that encompass all educators in Africa. Planning notes and everything. That's why things about me is just different, and I love that for me.
Okay. So let's talk about your family life again, right?
Okay, yeah.
You like to call yourself Pius, Emmanuel, Babatunde, or Shino. You now put second there.
Yes, the second.
So what about the second? Can you tell us who is the first? And why do you have so much regard for him?
Yes, let's start with my name, my first name.
Okay.
If my mom is saying this, pardon me, because my mom would never agree that Pius is my first name.
Oh.
I have two first names. I have Precious and I have Pius.
Okay.
So Precious is for my mom and my mom's side of the family,
Okay.
and those that knew me from when I was still a
Okay.
kid, from my mom's side.
You look precious, actually.
Yeah, thank you. So pious is for every of my schoolmates since I was a toddler up till now, and now people that have seen me growing up, so they are familiar with pious, and that name is so precious to me. I love the name pious so dearly, and the meaning of pious itself. I embody pious. Pious is a person that is meek, that is pious, the pious nature. I'm talking about my name pious, Pius, is different from Pious. Pious is a person that embodies piety, to be pious, to be meek, to be humble, a person that is cheerful and that is caring, that is empathetic about others. That is who pious is. That's what the name means.
Okay. I want to understand the reason behind the second.
Yes. So my beloved grandfather of blessed memory bore the name Pius.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And he was a brilliant and astute man. Very brilliant, astute. I mean, he was a politician in his time as well. He was one of the early workers of the NRC, Nigeria Railway Congress, or whatever they call it then. So my dad named me after him. In fact, I bear most of his names. I bear his first name Pius. I bear his middle name Emmanuel Olanipekun as well. I also bear his name. So they now call my dad today. Yes, but yeah. So even if I'm calling my full name, you will hear me say I am Pastor Babatunde Emmanuel Olanipekun Oshinowo. But my mom would never agree. She wants me to insert precious there. So the second.
All right. So tell me a little about your dad.
Oh, my dad. My dad was a person that had a beautiful soul. He's a man of the people. He's a community person. He was in politics.
So he's late.
He is late, yeah.
Okay.
He's of blessed memory. Now he passed away on the 2nd of February 2019, 10 minutes to 8 a.m. That's the
219. Wow.
yes, and he passed away, took his last breath in my arms.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow. Sorry about that.
thank you. So he was a lover of education. When we talk about foremost educationists, when you are talking about education enthusiasts, when you're talking about brilliance, when you are talking about involved in child's life, not just his child, people's children, even aside people's children. In my dad is an angel. I don't know if they use that to describe me, but he's a good man. I can say in my life he is the last good man.
Wow. Did you feel disappointed after his demise?
I can't say I feel disappointed. Why I say that is because he had cancer, and one of the worst type of cancers he ever, yeah. He had cancer of the stomach and of the throat, which is called in the medical term gastric carcinoma, that is for the stomach, and he has esophagus constriction.
Oh.
So that one made him unable to eat, to swallow in the first place, and the stomach as well gone. My dad was big. My dad was big with his beautiful pot belly. And if my dad would sit on an armchair, plastic armchair, if my dad would sit on a plastic armchair, it can expand if he sits on it for too long. One that is tight, but he became sick to the extent that he was feeble, and then would be moving from side to side. I mean, he became so emaciated, and it was a terrible moment. But I thank God for the life he lived. grief, and I moved on myself. I move on from things very quickly. Like I have trained my heart and wired my mind to that kind of setting. I move on from things very quick. So there is nothing. I mean, so the grief did not hold me back that much, just for a little while, and okay. And I think if one can wire their mind in that way as well, they're able to deal with grief very easily.
All right, thank you. As we begin to wrap up, right, I just want to ask some question. It's a bit like a firewall questions. Okay, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years financially? Now, right, I want you to just, okay, let me say 0 to your annual net worth, right? Is 0 to $10,000. If it's not, keep it
Okay.
$10,000 to $20,000 annually, $20,000 to $500,000 annually, $500,000 to $1 million annually.
That will be the starting point.
That will be the starting point in the next 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's recorded already. All right. So, do you see yourself residing in Nigeria, or you see yourself having dual citizenship overall?
In the next 5 years, maybe shuffling in and out of Nigeria.
Shuffling.
But after that 5 years, I may intentionally want to reside in a country of my choice that would offer me the benefit of citizenship, because I have a goal together. Because there are some people on the international space that have bastardized the image of Nigeria and has limited the power of our passport. So I want a country that has a stronger passport that at least offers greater benefit, that if I do not enjoy, at least my offspring may be able to enjoy the benefits there.
Okay. Do you have any of the countries?
Yeah, the one that is most paramount to me is Canada. I love Canada.
Canadian.
It's
That's
less
good.
toxic than the United States and UK altogether.
Okay, that's cool.
And
That's
the period of citizenship as well is actually shorter. It was 3 years, now it is 5 years, but I think they are still bringing it down to 3 years. And you can be going in and out of the country, but within a limited time within that 3 years. So after that, probably maybe when I get masters, I'll just use the opportunity. When I get my permanent residency during the masters, I just convert it straight away to citizenship when I finish. I'm hopeful of that one, and I pray the Lord helps me to bring that to fruition.
Amen. So by that time, married or single?
Single.
Single. Bro. All right, that's fine. So thank you so much for all the questions that you've answered today. And with all you've said, you've walked us through your past. We know where you are currently, and then we see your major ambitious heart towards the future. And I would just like to ask this question. Is there any question that you would have loved me to ask that I haven't asked? I'll give you some break to talk about it.
Okay. What would it have been? Okay, I think there are two questions.
All right.
One of it is, what's my favorite food?
Okay. I was about asking that actually. What's your favorite color? So what's your favorite food?
If you know me, you will know that I love beans. Anything made of beans. Give me akara. I love akara. Give me beans.
Wow.
And stew. Give me ewagoyin. Give me jollof beans or ewaseko as we locally call it. Give me tofu that they make from soybean. Give me moi moi. Just give me beans. Anything made of beans. And fried rice. My love for fried rice tops that of jollof rice.
Wow.
Yes. The best things, like, just give me anything made of beans. Even begiri soup, give me. I love it. Anything made of beans, basically. Fried rice. And I also love salad. I love salad to a fault. Yes. Not all the chicken salad and whatever. Just strictly vegetable salad with cucumber, carrots, and all of that. Yeah.
Awesome. Beans lover. So what's the second question?
The second question is, am I a good person?
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Well, that question popped out, and it's funny at the same time. It's not funny because
That's so weird.
uh,
Okay.
well, it's up to the perception of whoever gets to meet me, because I've gotten. No, it's not just even matter of if I'm a good person. It is matter of who am I?
Okay.
Who am I? I have been perceived by different people in different ways. In fact, I have been labeled different things by different people. Even for the fact that I have this order is another label on its own. And I decided to do that as a form of rebellion. Yes. You know, people want you to live within the cage of idea that they've created about you. So I did this. I started practicing, I think 3 years ago, out of rebellion against those people. Oh, you're not supposed to do this. Your dad, this is how your dad lived. They expect me to raise my foot and put my foot down the way my dad put his foot down. They expect me to wink my eye the way my dad winks his eye. They expect me to do this and do that. And doing it, there is nothing you actually compare in my life to that of my life that's life that is not comparable, except the fashion sense.
Oh.
My dad,
I see.
my dad is fashion blind.
I see.
So aside that, and I'm outspoken, took that out of my dad, and I took that after my dad, my mom, but except the fashion sense, my dad does not like to wear perfume and do all of that and dressing extravagantly. No, it's not that. But I live similar life after him. But they want to cage me in the box of like exactly the way he is, to be fashion blind, not to do this. So some people have even told me that with this hair that I am receiving curses from my head from angels. Even I was like, oh, who has said 18? Okay, who has said 18 when the Lord has not said it? It's not possible. So, and as well as I've been labeled differently. So,
Okay.
but I know who I am. That's just
So you mentioned a very, very big amount of money that you're expecting yourself to be in the next 5 years. Do you plan to explore that with your teaching profession, or you plan to go to other areas, maybe into real estate, or I don't know, tech, or whatever it is that bring many money? Or do you believe that a teaching profession can give you that amount of money?
the truth is that no teaching profession can actually give someone that, and that is a strict, blunt, honest truth.
Okay. So how do you plan to get it?
Well, you mentioned tech. You know, I find tech to be complex for my understanding, and I wouldn't lie. Whatever I already set my mind to that is complex. It doesn't come to my full understanding in any way unless I have to rewire my mind to do that. So tech is not it for me, except I employ people that go into tech. I'm not the smart one in tech, but I employ smart people in tech, and they put my money to good use in tech. Except that. But one thing is that, like when they are talking about my net worth and everything, they are going to count education, hospitality, and food business amongst other things.
That's fantastic. So, and a lot of money can be obtained from those areas.
Yes.
That's just the truth.
Education in aspect of not me teaching, like when you have a very big standard school and even a private university that is world recognized. Yeah.
Okay. What's the favorite color?
My favorite color is purple. I love purple because it stands for royalty. So I love purple, and I have royalty flowing in me from both mother and father side.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you, Pablo, for your time here today. As we plan to wrap up, so the previous person that came here dropped a question for you, and that's the last session of this podcast. So I want you to attempt a question, and then you to drop a question for the next person coming. So the question was, I think that was Mrs. Amiable. I drop the question that when you are down in life, totally down, no strength, no energy, how do you get yourself back up?
In that situation, because of the time, in that situation, first of all, I intentionally get myself lost and I find myself again. It works for me. At that point, I would not care about anything. Like I would just whatever was like okay, maybe the deadline for this thing is tomorrow. That's why I always tell anybody that's panicking as well. I will just tell you, calm down first of all. Calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. Take a deep breath and take a deep breath. Just get your mind out of it. I may be under pressure from work or anything like that. Maybe I am at home. I'm writing something serious, like I'm racking my brain. I'll just stop it, drop it, go ahead and watch a movie. And it is very intense. Like go ahead and watch a movie. Or I'll get out, take a stroll.
Oh, you mentioned a long walk.
Yes.
I walked.
I will distract myself. And I will come back to what I'm doing, even if it is figuring out a problem or I'm writing. And fresh ideas would come in again.
I see.
It works for me. I will get myself less distracted and I'll
Then you
find
find
myself
yourself
again.
back.
It works for me.
Fantastic. Please, can you drop a question for the next interviewer?
My question is this. Are you alright?
Are you alright?
No, it's a very deep question.
Wow.
It may seem like just a regular question.
Are you alright?
Are you alright?
Wow.
Sometimes I sit myself and I ask myself this, like, is everything okay, Pius? And I began to journal, like, is everything? Most people are, they want to get money, they want to do this and everything. They are failing in their body, they are failing in their mind, and is everything okay?
Thank you so much, Mr. Pius. It's been an amazing time. I love this session. I look forward to you in the next 5 years. That's 2031 or 2030.
Okay,
Yeah, 2030. That all that you have said will have come to pass. So this will be recorded, and we can't wait to see the big Pius, multi-billionaire.
Senator. Okay,
Senator.
maybe
Okay.
if we leave senator, we can by then you would
Okay.
have been addressing me as Barrister Dr. Pius King Babatunde Emmanuel Oshinowo, PhD.
We celebrate you. Thank you for your time. God bless you. See you in the future.
Thank
We can't wait to host you again when all this happens. We hope you come
Definitely.
from Canada.
I'm at your beck and call.